Welcome to Terror Tales. Tonight, we uncover the eerie story of the Haunting of Briarwood Cottage. Prepare yourself for a tale of ghostly encounters and chilling secrets that will leave you on edge. Nestled deep in the woods on the outskirts of a small town stood Briarwood Cottage, an old ivy-covered house with a dark past. The locals whispered of a haunting, claiming that the spirit of a young girl wandered its halls, her soul trapped by a tragic fate. Intrigued by the stories, I decided to spend the night at Briarwood Cottage to uncover the truth. As an experienced paranormal investigator, I had ventured into many haunted locations, but the legends surrounding Briarwood Cottage were particularly unsettling. I arrived at the cottage just as dusk fell, casting long shadows across the overgrown garden. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. I stepped inside the cottage, and a chill ran down my spine. The interior was quaint, but filled with an eerie silence. Dust-covered furniture and cobwebs, draped over old, faded photographs, gave the place a sense of abandonment. I set up my equipment in the living room, hoping to capture any paranormal activity. As night fell, the atmosphere grew more oppressive. The temperature dropped, and I began to hear faint whispers like the soft murmur of a child's voice. I followed the sound to the upstairs bedroom, where the whispers grew louder. The room was small and cluttered with a single bed and an old wooden rocking chair. Suddenly, the rocking chair began to move on its own, creaking back and forth. I felt a cold breeze brush past me, and the whispers turned into a soft, mournful cry. It was the voice of a young girl, pleading for help. My heart pounded in my chest, but I remained focused, determined to uncover her story. The next morning, I visited the local library to research the history of Briarwood Cottage. I discovered that the cottage had once been owned by the Thompson family. Their youngest daughter, Emily, had died tragically in a house at the age of 7. The cause of her death was shrouded in mystery, but rumors suggested it had been a terrible accident. Armed with this knowledge, I returned to the cottage that night. The whispers greeted me as soon as I stepped inside, growing louder and more insistent. I made my way to the upstairs bedroom, where Emily's presence was strongest. Her ghostly figure appeared before me, her eyes filled with sorrow and desperation. I spoke to Emily, asking her what had happened and how I could help. Her spirit led me to a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards, where I found an old, tattered diary. The diary belonged to Emily's mother, and it detailed the events leading up to the tragedy. According to the diary, Emily had been playing near the fireplace when she accidentally knocked over a candle, setting the room ablaze. Her mother had tried desperately to save her, but the flames spread too quickly. Overcome with grief and guilt, Emily's mother had hidden the diary and never spoken of the incident again. With tears in my eyes, I read the diary aloud, hoping to give voice to Emily's pain. As I finished the last entry, the room was filled with a warm, comforting light. Emily's spirit seemed to smile, her expression now one of peace. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the whispers ceased. I knew that Emily had finally found the closure she needed to move on. Leaving Briarwood Cottage, I felt a sense of accomplishment. I had uncovered the tragic story of Emily Thompson and helped her spirit find peace. The experience left me with a deeper understanding of the sorrow that can linger even after death. Thank you for joining us on this eerie journey through Briarwood Cottage. If you enjoyed this tale, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling stories. Sweet dreams if you can.